Hello everyone. Um, this is the third video of Basics of Arabic Language. Um, I'm recording from home today, so nobody had to come on. Very good. I'm just having fun with this and trying things out, so I'm sorry if that happens. Um, so we kind of got talking about connecting letters um, when we're writing a word. So I'll try to be a bit more organized today and say that we'll start by maybe if you do have some time, I'll let you try to connect the rest of the letters by yourself, and then we will try to connect them together. And then I want to slip in some tips to guide um, anyone's journey learning language and then Arabic specifically. Um, and I do read a lot into that, so the reason why I do read a lot into it and research and stuff is because um, I think this is what I like to be doing. Like I can make it easier for some people to learn Arabic or English for that matter, because it's one of those things that we start and stop, or start and never continue, and it's just difficult and not enough people are giving it importance or like guiding it through like or guiding people through steps. So I think this might be where I can be helpful to you. Anyway, so here we go. So here are the rest of the letters that we did not connect. There should be like one, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11, 12. Well, I think we did a little bit more than half, but um, you can just go back to the last video to review the other ones. Um, and I'd just like you to write these down. I'll give you like, I don't know, half a minute if you can just write them down and see which one would accept a line going across from each side. So just a few seconds. You can look at them and see which ones you think cannot connect, because the idea is that if it connects, sometimes it will lose its shape completely. Okay, so you can pause the video if you want to keep trying this, but anyway, I will go to the next slide and connect. I have to come out of the full video or PowerPoint so I can start typing. Here we go. So we have off, and what we were doing before is going here and writing fa 3 times. So here, practicing sound and connection. So fa, if you don't remember. So what if I put 3 fa's next to each other? What's gonna happen? 1, 2, 3. Yay, it's connecting. The same thing will be for la. I'm not gonna repeat that. And then we have ain. What happens when we connect ain? Thanks to PowerPoint people, they will connect it for us and have it programmed. So in the beginning, it will just cut the lower part, connect to the next letter, whichever letter that is, and whoa, look at that. Ain kind of turned into something else. So let me see if I can um, maybe go to the next. I'll go to an empty uh, place and try to show you what happened to the ain. But what happens in the end is this. So let's see. Can I use a pen? Yeah, let's try to just use the pen. Use red, I don't care. There we go. So This is the regular Ain. Okay. And then this is what happened in the beginning of the Ain, or the beginning of the letter or word if you're writing a word. This is what happened in the middle. It goes like this, like this, like this. Sorry, my writing is not very straight, but it basically forms that. On the computer, and some people, I don't know why, when we were younger, we would color the inside part. I don't know why, but you'll see it now when I go back to the regular, um, the typed one. It just kind of looks dark. Maybe it's just the font. And then in the end, it just went like this, and like that. So any word would have that would start with Ain, like, I don't know, the word Ain for I would start with this. And if you have a word that has the Ain in the middle, it will look like this. Like, I don't know. I'm going to think of like the most random word right now. Well, okay, let's just stick to Nam, which means, as you know, some of you know, means yes. And in the end, it would look like this. So, um, can't think of a word right now, but basically, it would look like this in the end. Okay, back. And then line will be the same, so I'll skip that one. Go to fa, and fa looks like this in the beginning, same in the middle, and same in the end. Nothing special. And then off, only when it's like disconnected, it looks a little different from the fa, but then when we connect it, it looks, oh, except in the end, it's dipping. Um, so give you the first tip from now, like with learning language. Sometimes it feels like it's too much and there's too much to learn. And some people will say, I only know how to write. Well, that's great. That's like, you're like 25% there. So sometimes you just need to focus on these little technical things without worrying about knowing the vocabulary and knowing every single thing, because nobody knows every single thing and everyone's on a spectrum of what they know. So if you can learn just how to write the letters, how to sound them, and how to connect them, that is great. That is like a big chunk of language learning. So. And then calf, yeah, calf looks different in the beginning and the middle, and then looks like its normal form in the end. So calf, look at this transformation. Whoa, cool. And then in the middle, looks the same, and then in the end, it goes back to its normal form. Right. And then basically, um, we have lamb. Can I go up the second column? Okay, it's gonna go backwards. Um, Here's a sneak peek of my life. And then, there we go. Calf. And then lamb will look like this. And then we have, yeah, as you can see what's going on. So I'm just gonna like get through the rest of this. So meme, meme. So meme looks like that. Yeah, so the middle one is the funny one. Sometimes it will just dip under the first letter, and sometimes it will just look straight. So let's demonstrate. We can also try to, I like to get people's thinking as well. So like, what do you think the meme would look like in the middle if it wasn't tucked under the first letter? So let's say we have this as the first letter. Okay, let's use the meme itself. In the middle, it usually looks like this, like it will look the same. And then in the end, it will look the same. So, and then some people will take this and put it under here. I don't know if I'm going to attempt to do that because it might start looking really funny. Yeah, like that. Let's put an alif because this is a word that you might see in the Quran. So, mimma. So you might wonder, like, what is that? And then it's just basically a meme under another meme. Okay, let's go back. Meme. And then we have noon. Looks normal. Ha looks like its normal self in the beginning. I put an alif just because when I put a ha by itself, it just forms a little circle. So ha, and then ha in the middle looks like this, like it's a double ha, kind of. And then in the end, it looks like that. I don't know if you can see it, but it's going up and it's just forming a normal, like the one that looks, it kind of looks like a comma. So let's demonstrate. Pen. So in the beginning, ha just looks like this cool helixing thing. And then in the middle, it did this. Okay, that I did like what that looks like. I'm gonna do it again. But anyway, in the end, it looks like this. Let's do it again. Yay. And then, and okay, that just gotta go, but basically this one looks nice. So yeah, I don't know where this came from, but I guess they thought they can't do this in the middle, but some fonts will, like for advertising and stuff. So just so you know, this is a you can use that for like chatting and saying lol in Arabic. Okay. It's basically yes, sometimes you'll see the ha like this in the middle. Whoa, just like a dip. Okay. So this is a dip. I'm not gonna start making jokes about it because then I'll bring images to your head. One of which is like this is a mountain and there's a dip and try to jump over it. There, okay, stop. So that's ha. And then we got wow. Look at what's gonna happen to wow. Doesn't want to connect to anyone. Okay. But if somebody comes before it or a letter comes before it, it will connect to the wow. Okay. So if I put ha wow, like a word hua in Arabic, it will ha will force the wow to be connected, but wow will not connect to anybody after it. So yeah. And the last letter is looks like a duck to me, and it just loses its like head when you're like connecting. So in the beginning, it will just kind of lose its head, and then goes like this in the middle, and like that in the end. And there we go. So connecting, finished. Okay, so I would just practice those whenever you have time, sitting somewhere waiting for things to happen. I just have like a little notebook and just kind of go through this and practice it. Okay. Um, uh, because I think about usefulness of like partial language learning. Once you can recognize sounds, okay, that's great. Once you can recognize words, that's great, because if this is where you want to stop with your language learning, you can just download like a translation app, and wherever you go, whatever you see that you want like meaning for, you can just type it out and you'll get the translation for it. So it is, um, you know, it is like useful to know how to write these words and stuff. Okay, tips time. I'll also skim through this and then end it here. Um, so go back to our PowerPoint. So, oh, thanks for keeping my new things. Okay, so tip for learning language is to, when you're speaking, let's talk about the skill of speaking. What you would like, what you can try to do is to gather up some vocabulary of routines. Okay, so here's a cool businessman, and you can imagine what his day looks like, and you want a word from here, a word from here, a word from every time, every portion of their day, and then you can try to say the words, okay, and then slowly add like words to it to make sentences. So what's going to be so cool about this, and why you're going to feel so confident if you learn routine words, is because you can like remember it at the different parts of the day, like we said this before, like breakfast, lunch, dinner, or morning routine, lunch time and then dinner time. And what's going to happen is you can suddenly like string a story or string a sequence of events, and like that will get you somewhere, because language is like it's a string of ideas and things that keep happening repetitively. So if you learn things so randomly, or you learn things just in its like based on subject or topic, I don't know if that's going to add to the big picture quick enough. So routines are nice to follow. So maybe I'll take this for the next lesson and put some words. You look at how it's connected, and then we can try to narrate this guy's day in a very short, like simple way. Another idea of like daily routine for I'll get back to this one, is for with writing, you can make something very simpler than this, and write your tasks for the day in your target language, and you're going to keep looking back at it. You're going to, like, if it's something that you do every day, you're going to have to sheet in English. So here's another activity you can add to your day. And then this isn't stressful. This isn't memorizing like we said explicitly. This is just something that you're going to pull out, and you're going to keep looking at it, which is great. And it's not going to strain you or strain your brain, because you're not going to keep writing them again and again. You're just going to be looking at them every day and ticking when it's going to be done. And again, it's a routine, so you might keep looking at it all day. So if you look at the big picture later, learning language is like the art of pointillism. And I say this several times. I learned it from one of the courses. I think, I don't remember. I should credit who mentioned this, but maybe I'll add an epilogue later. And basically, it's hard to learn language just like straight down as a specific path, but you learn a little bit of writing, you learn a little bit of reading, a little bit of practice, this, that, and in the end, you come out with something really nice and perhaps unique to the other person learning language. But it's based on like what you want to learn sometimes, especially as an adult, um, or it's based on a book that you're following, and then you're gonna eventually fill in gaps of language learning and end up with something really, really nice. Um, I'm starting a like language learning group. Um, and if you want to join, you can just message me and I will try to guide you through, in this case, English or Arabic. Um, and I hope to be useful in that part of your world. And I think I'm going to stop here. Okay. Thank you guys for watching this. And I have some family to attend to now. So sorry for cutting it short. But yeah, if you could just do some writing practice, that would be great. Okay. Bye.